Mi producer san go game one.
Thank you, producer San. And maybe you should go take a nap. You sound really agitated. But here we are, grand finals of the week. Looks like we got the super aggro Draconic or the Cross versus a more of a mid-range deck in Granblue. Matchup's gonna be quite interesting. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
I'm thinking going first is going to be very important in this matchup, especially looking at Kagerou and how aggressive they can actually be on that first grade 3 turn. Both players have shown a lot of aggression so far, so I feel like these games, each turn is definitely going to count a lot, and they're just going to be at each other's throats. Should be fun to watch for sure.
Yep, the longer the game goes, I think the more advantageous being the Granblue player is. As his drop zone fills up, his undead dragons get real chonky. So chonky that I think Kagerou just can't block it. Or most decks just can't block it.
That's true. Yeah, after a while, those dragons get pretty huge.
But we'll see how it runs. Jack just needs to throw everything down and YOLO in. Because that's what I would do.
We've seen Jack do that a few times so far, and it's been pretty successful up to this point. So hopefully they can keep on the assault.
If Braden ends up going second, you think he'll give Jack any damage, or you think he's gonna just swing in and hope to win on his first grade 3 ride, or?
That's a tough question because we saw Kong not attack in the previous match. Not sure if Braden will do the same strategy. Granblue does have more access to more PGs, being a protect deck. Once you get to grade 3, so before grade 3 he wouldn't, but once he does, he's going to have some more, so it might be possible that he's willing to risk a little bit more early on, especially to get some damage on the field so that he can try and hope to finish the game off a little bit faster. Because Granblue does need them at some damage to clinch the win.
Yep. The cross giving Granblue a ton of damage also enables Braden's multi-attacks too without having to rely on his counter chargers. So that's one thing.
That is very true. So, if Braden has access to 2 counter blasts on his grade 3 turn, it's going to be very nice. With the new cards, it will be easier. We have one counter blast for Colombard, his go-to grade 2. Ooh, that was kind of a tongue twister, but I think I nailed it.
Looks like he dumpstered Ripple Banshee. Getting
Definitely
ready for those draws.
Good card for the Soul Blast and for the draw. Helps keep the deck going.
Now Braden's going first, so he might put on some aggression here, and it looks like he is.
Looks like he is. That's right.
I believe most Granblue decks run 12 crits because of their ability to generate protect markers. We'll see how.
So yeah, that could come into play for sure. So it looks like he is opting to give Jack damage.
See if Jack takes. Oh, there is a crit.
There is that crit. You called it right there. Whew.
I believe Ripple Banshee gets +4 from being placed from drop. Making almost magic numbers.
Got me a, yep, it's a sizable column. I would agree. If you are able to be aggressive against Kagerou, it is alright. If you're feeling confident to just start swinging early, it makes the game more exciting for sure if everyone's going all out.
Interesting that Jack guarded with the end of previous turn to put it back with toward cannon.
That is an interesting detail, actually. Yep, he was definitely thinking ahead there.
But giving Braden the extra damage this turn could put him in a bad spot.
I agree for sure. It's sort of the same way as giving 1 damage to Kagerou will give them access to a lot, because that access to that second counterblast for Granblue will give him access to 1 more multi-attack, and it's usually the Skull Dragon at the end. So.
Let's see if Braden can mill out his deck here. His drop zone's looking kind of weak there.
That is definitely true.
See Damien come out again. We've seen Damien put in some work in the previous video.
For sure, that card's definitely been putting in some work, and it's gonna put in some work right here because looks like we're gonna see it countercharge for him.
Damien grabbing Jesse.
See if he's gonna call anything else. Crush the Ripple Banshee. And the Cutlass. So he's getting that drop zone filled up a little bit. And he counter charges with the Cutlass.
Braden is committing quite a bit here.
Woo!
He's probably digging for something.
I would agree. Likely the Ghost Ship grade 2. It's funny, he's utilizing every grade 1 in his deck right now.
Yep. Wannabe Shadow Paladin. Two open counterblasts. What can we do? No trigger.
This could be a perfect guard. That is interesting. You're gonna see him calling 2 rear guards to the same column. Column Bard is an ideal choice because with that he can chain off another call to get 5 attacks this turn. And with Column Bard he's able to search his deck for any card and put it in the drop, so there he chooses to get that Skull Dragon in there.
The one side of being Nightrose is that solo Vanguard is quite weak. 1 heal trigger. Enough to block.
That is true. Once Jack is at grade 3, Nightrose will get 10k, but for now, yep.
That was a terrible drive from
12.
Braden.
That is definitely true. Braden was probably hoping for something a little better for that, because Jack was just able to take the last 2 attacks. There we see the cross.
Doing cross things. Jack has a plethora of counterblasts to work with, so let's see if he's going to be dropping those Decats or maybe some Calamity Towers, Toward Cannons, anything.
That's true. That will probably... Yep, there we go. Decon.
burn rise as well. We saw that from John's game against Braden, allowing him to get an extra power up and crit while being on rear guard when your Vanguard restands. Now Braden is questioning what the cross does and why the cross is also the end now, and why Jack's hand is considered less than 4 all the time, regardless of cards in hand. Because the cross said so.
The synergy is right there on the card.
Mediocre attack at 13.
Ooh.
But still rough. You still have to drop 2 cards. Double Airmo.
There's a take.
That was 3 Nightroses in a row there. 2 from the drive, 1 from damage.
Oh, you're right.
Jack's hand's not looking any better either. Discarding the end, the cross, and Torch
Right.
Cannon.
On grade 3s on all sides.
Looks like he's going all in.
Yep, I would definitely agree that's the right choice.
Both units now have double crits, so they must be blocked.
That's a nice aspect of a lot of Force decks
Yep.
nowadays. Near the end of V, just crits to everything.
Crits, marker acceleration, multi-attacks. How did we get here?
It's a wild ride.
Well, Braden questioning cards again. Very good. Always ask your opponent if you're not sure. Always read your cards. Mark of a
That is
true
very
champion.
smart. Can never hurt.
I wonder if Braden is regretting not blocking the first attack.
That might very well be going through his head. That first attack was definitely more guardable than his next 2.
Forcing up a double guard. Soul blasting the end.
No triggers from Jack so far.
Still 23 to 12. No pass.
Ooh. Wow.
Everything.
Everything. I didn't even notice when Braden's hand got that low, but that's what Kagerou will do.
Yep, it's that Descartes too. He had to throw away his extra Nightrose.
That's actually going to be a pretty big move. He won't get another protect, but I'm unsure if Braden would be able to survive another turn even with that. If he gives Jack a damage. So he's probably hoping to end it here. For sure, especially now that he doesn't have that Nightrose. Luckily,
Jack's down to 3 cards, I believe.
I think you're right. And luckily, Granblue doesn't need too many cards in hand to get these pretty sizable offense off. Because he has that grade 1 and drop that allows him to discard everyone and call anything. So he can use that to call something and then attack with Nightrose as well. And then after Nightrose attacks, he's able to call more units.
Now, Jack is in a bit of a pickle, even if this turn doesn't end him because he's out of counterblast. But Undead Dragon, too strong.
I didn't even notice he was at 5. I forgot about that.
Alright, well, what a thrilling match. Wonderful display of skills between both players. It's very rare to see Granblue do anything crazy. And we were proven wrong. We piloted it well. You know, reminds me of the War of 1812. Why? Wait. What do you mean they're playing the game now? Now? Wait. What? Fuck! Go game 2!
Whoa, producer son. You're not yourself today. You need a Snickers bar. Because we're already at grade 1. Someone already took a damage.
Just a thrilling first 2 turns.
Well, it looks like Jack's going first now. He rolled up Burn Rise Dragon. Not the most optimal ride, but it'll do.
That's right, he's got that Igni Road as well.
Heat shot. He's got the cot ready to go in his hand as well. Braden going second, given 1 damage already. Let's see if he gives him another one. He is protect, so all his dudes are 9k, so he can't underswing the Burn Rise. Nope.
Interesting. Calling Columbard to the rear guard and then using the skill.
Looks like he's just trying to farm up cards to block the cross. And he'll probably try to end it in 1 turn. His first grade 3 red.
I would definitely agree. It looks like he's trying to get all his pieces ready. Make sure they're all ready and available in the drop for when he needs them. Greed Shade. Yeah, this is going to be an aggressive turn for sure.
Nightrose. Okay.
Return a card from your drop to your hand.
Deliberating.
I think I'm on calling a Cullis. How much damage do you think Jack will take this turn?
I'm gonna say 2. Although Jesse is underswinging right now. Oh.
Ooh!
Hey, I was right too.
Yeah, you were right. Because of that double trigger. In at 30k.
I think 2 damage is good for
Definitely
Braden.
not. It is. Probably not how he wanted the turn to go, but I mean, 2 damage is 2 damage. That's probably how much he would have gotten through anyway.
Interesting to note, Jack does play multiple draw triggers, draw PGs, so he's not playing a fully aggro deck, or version of this deck. If you were to play the cross, how many crits would you play, Ryan?
I would play 16, in all honesty.
I would also play 16.
That's our way.
I mean, yeah, if you hit a crit on one of the swings, well, your opponent's probably dead.
Honestly, it's very impactful. Extremely, actually. So, and if you want the game to end in 1 turn, you don't need heals.
Exactly, you don't need a heal if your opponent's already dead. Well, it looks like Jack's got his double Igni Road going, and it's gonna be a problem.
That is, yep. That's a powerful card to have on both sides of your Vanguard. Consistent 15k
Let's see the Descartes come down. Yep, I see it right there. There it is.
Yep. It's a perfect time to use it. Right
Good shot.
before
Yep.
Braden's grade 3 turn. So trying to get rid of as many cards for Braden as possible.
Jack's going all in on this turn.
I definitely think that's the right call. He took some damage. He's got a lot of rear guards. He's ready.
Yep. Emerald does boost for an extra 3k, which does matter on Jesse. Also, Lava Flow gains the extra 5 from having more rear guards, so these are some crazy numbers.
Ooh, you're right. That Emerald's magic numbers.
Heat shot will restand alongside the cross, so this is gonna only get bigger. We could see a OTK here. No trigger.
No triggers yet.
Confirming that heat shot does restand.
How many cards does Braden have in his hand? Were we able to get a count of that? It's looking like maybe 6. Ooh. No triggers on that side.
Oh, going in. Now, since Braden is at grade 2, the cross does not drive check this battle. It's just a huge swing. But the sides are pretty big too.
That's definitely true. It's a formidable field. Ooh.
Oh, someone else's hands have entered the battle arena. Confirming, probably the judge.
Cameraman 1 or 2, maybe?
Yep.
Probably not Cameraman 3. Are they checking for how many? I'm not sure what they're checking for.
No, Braden took 4 damage and none of them were triggers. That's unfortunate on his side.
Definitely. Blocking all these is gonna hurt, if it's even possible.
So they're going to count on the numbers. Any roads are sitting at 25, 33, 36. Oh, Braden's just taking it. Okay.
There's a take, no triggers on the take even. Interesting.
That's
That
right.
was an aggressive grade 3 turn. Whew. That's Kagerou in its perfect element.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens next game. Since Braden will be on the play, it'll be a little bit easier.
Definitely.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the thrilling conclusion between Braden's Granblue deck and Jack's Kagerou the X deck. I mean, we've seen plays that slap both players left and right, and both have been giving it their all. We're just hoping that this conclusion will be a nice ender to make sure that this match is gonna end explosively. Commentators, round 3!
It looks like producer Son finally got a hold of a Snickers bar because he's sounding a lot more normal, back to his old usual self. Going into game 3 here, Jack using Kagerou against Braden using Granblue. after those first two games. How do you think this one's gonna turn out, Con?
I think Braden learned his lesson about giving damage to Kagerou. Plus, he's going first now, so he should be in a better position to be aggressive. While Jack needs to draw into the same rear guards again. If he had those same rear guards again, I think he'd take this game easily as well, even if going second.
I definitely agree. Going first again for Granblue is gonna be a little bit easier, but that field that we saw last game was really devastating for Braden and for pretty much any deck. So I think that's consistent throughout the day, that when Jack gets those fields that look like that, they're looking pretty like they're gonna win.
Let's see. Tommy the Ghosty Brothers opening here. However, whiffing. That's a heat shot.
A restanding booster.
Not sure what Jack did with the quick shield.
Interesting. Opting to keep the Lava Flow Dragon on the rear guard, being a bit more aggressive than he has been.
You might be thinking that Nightrose does require a bit of setup for the drop zone, so his Nightrose's first turn is potentially weaker than a late game Nightrose drop zone, depending on how Braden mills his deck.
Definitely true. Getting some damage on the Nightrose player and putting them in an uncomfortable situation as well will definitely probably work out well for Jack.
Let's see, Jack checks the end, and Braden checks a crit. Comes Columbard once again.
Braden is very consistent with getting that Columbard, which is good for him because it definitely helps speed up the process of getting everything ready for Nightrose's turn.
Yep, it's Columbard Banshee all the time.
Yup. The iconic duo of that deck.
Braden's going in for the aggression. Looks like he's attacking Vanguard. Jack going for the defensive trigger. Oh, another N comes out. Nothing again. Three heat shots.
Yep.
Burn Rise on the ride, into Igni Road. Another the end. So one the end in hand. Igni Road is such a free card. Top 7, just grab across, add a hand, no discard. Wish Road.
Very good. Honestly, we need to get Bushy Road in here and ask them what exactly is up with that card. Ooh. So we get a cross off of Grade 3 search. Interestingly enough. Discarding the end.
2 ends are out of the game. But Jack does play Toward Cannon, so he can return them back.
That's looking to be Jack's plan. With
Attempting
discarding
to
it.
boost with Igni Road.
Busher might as well give it the boost ability as well. Just make it completely broke.
So Braden at 3. He's in danger zone here. Against force 2.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
The Skull Dragon ride. See Jack excited about that ride, anticipating a survivable turn.
This is pretty bad.
It's yeah. This really does shut down pretty much most of what Braden is capable of with the Granblue deck.
Yeah, the only effective undead dragon is his high
boost.
power boost, but the drop zone is looking kind of thin over there.
Right. I guess plus 6k it looks like, so. And at this point in the game, it doesn't matter too much. Definitely a lackluster turn compared to what Nightrose would have provided.
Comes across. Third, the end has appeared.
I think Jack has another rear guard to put in that left column.
He does, but it's gonna disappear.
Quickly go on the soul.
I believe this is just 21 with the double guard.
Yup. Braden, I would try to block this one.
Oh, he didn't double guard. Whoops.
Oh.
Intercepting is not does not fulfill that condition. Just FYI.
Uh-oh.
That's
We
okay.
needed you there. The judge.
Yeah, I was busy.
Things to do. People to see. Ooh.
Jack's going in. There we go.
I just realized how small Jack's hand is.
Yep.
Likely because of all the calling earlier. Ooh, that's really good for Jack.
Oh, he drew into another PG too.
And he, wow. Yep, I saw that.
But in terms of value, he has a low hand, so each PG takes 2. So we'll see how good that is.
Ooh, Nightrose. Here we go.
That's 3 cards in Jack's hand, right?
I think 5 with the draw trigger? I'm not sure. Be able to speculate more when they pick up their hand again.
No, I missed that play. He called the Time Brothers from drop or from hand?
It looks like he searched, so I think it's from hand.
Oh. Yes, piles
That
of
was pretty
cards
speedy.
everywhere.
Yeah, I know. When Braden gets in the groove, he's got lightning hands. So this turn is definitely going to be where Granblue's going to start to shine. We're going to see 5 pretty large attacks here. He's going to be able to draw a good amount of cards.
No
Going
trigger.
to 4. No trigger. Checking the drop zone. Definitely a smart move.
There's a crit.
There is a trigger.
But you know, Force is like so strong. Cross is at 23. Nightrose is gonna hit for only 22 without a boost. So
That is
Jack
very
can
true.
just no guard this.
Knowing Jack's hand, that might be what they need to do.
I think that's a Columbard boosted by a Banshee. That does not make magic numbers, I think. 9, 8, 17. Plus the 5 from Nightrose. Times 2, 27.
Ooh. That is a good distinction. There was one more Negro Bone in the drop zones, and he had 1 card in his hand, so he could have discarded that to get a booster behind the Vanguard. Ooh. No trigger. Then we know that Jack has that PG. Ooh, this was a close turn.
Ooh, entering battle phase without using the end. I was about to. Oh, okay.
I was
Alright.
about to say, does he not have? Because we thought he had 1 more. Yep, there it is.
I believe the cross only gets the abilities until the end of turn, so if Jack had just swung, it'd be a vanilla swing.
Yeah, they caught that at the last second for sure. That would have been detrimental, in all honesty. Rising Nova has a similar effect. You have to Soul Blast 1 to absorb the other grade 3's effects, and I sometimes almost forget to do the same thing. So.
Mm-hmm. They are in tournament mode, so mistakes do happen on the
Definitely.
top tables. Nerves.
After a long game, a long day of playing, it's easy to make a small mistake like that.
Yep.
It's all about endurance. Speaking of, do you think Braden can endure this turn?
He would have to. I think he has to take 1.
I think you're right.
If I were Braden, I'd take one of the later ones that are bigger. That is a 1. A heal.
Oh.
that's it.
Well, there it is. That was definitely a close game.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the tournament for this week with not Granblue, the Cross as your victor. From set Silver Dust Blaze, Cross has always been a threat to other decks just because of how aggressive it's been. Not being hit by the ban list as well, while all the other top decks did. It might be the deck to play if you're looking to take your locals as well. But Granblue did put up a pretty good fight. Any final words, Ryan?
That was a thrilling fight. What can I say? There's always something that goes on in these final Top Cut tournaments that always messes something up for one of the players, but then they keep trucking, they go through it, move on to the next game, and that last game definitely showed that both decks, both players are pretty even there, I would say. So it's definitely fun to watch games like that. But yeah, like you said, the Cross is a very good card, and this tournament exemplified that to a T.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, folks, if you enjoyed our content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Help us with the algorithm. We'll catch you next time.
see ya.